Hi everyone, welcome to Korea Crafts. I'm Dali. Today we will make a table runner with 15 pieces in the center piece, and you will have more than 15 pieces of the cloths to make the centerpiece like these. Probably somewhere between 18 to 20 pieces of silk cloths in the package, and also the backing silk like this, larger than the complete size. So later on you would have to cut this silk to the exact size to make the layer, the bottom layer, and also you have to sort of wrap the sides together with these colored silk cloths in the middle, like these. So I will tell you the exact sizes as I go along. And we can start from making the centerpiece with these colored cloths. So you will have the colored cloths with 6 centimeters width and 12 centimeters length. So you need 15 of these connected together with 1 centimeter margin to seam. So you have to, we all know we have to use the ruler and the presser. We put this on the grid line along this line. Or you can, if you have this type of ruler, of course, this will give you 1 centimeter automatically. You see, this is 1 centimeter. So you put this ruler along the edge of the cloth, and by going back and forth like this, you can fold the cloth very easily. So 1 centimeter, and maybe I'll choose this color right here. It's 1 centimeter margin. And here as well. And we all know now that by connecting these two cloths together with kamchimju or hemming stitch, you can continue on connecting the cloths. But you don't want to do that continuously to make, you know, the 15-piece centerpiece at once, because that's going to be very difficult to make, and it may not be very well aligned. So what I advise you to do is to connect maybe 3 pieces or 4 pieces together and make a block, one set of block, and set it, you know, put it aside and make another block of 3 to 4 pieces together. So you can connect 3 cloths and make 5 sets, and connect the 5 sets together. You know, like for example, let's assume that I made a block of 3 pieces and put it aside, and I have a second set of 3-piece block, and then you will end up with 5 sets of 3-piece cloths, and then you connect these blocks together. So that makes the whole work a lot easier. And in the meantime, you want to have the 4 centimeter width and 12 centimeter length by folding here with the margin of 1 centimeter on each side. So let's do it, and let's do the connecting all these pieces together, and you should end up with 15 pieces of cloths for centerpiece. Before starting to connecting the pieces of cloths together, we want to I press these cloths with iron, or I think you want to use silk pins to make the sewing a lot easier. So because if you don't use the silk pins, you may just end up with very inconsistent lines of cloths. So what I like to do is to put the silk pins before starting to sew here and there, so that the cloths stick together and make the shape more consistent. Like these. Take a needle and you start sewing using hemming stitch, kamchimje. So it should be very easy by now because you've done a lot of practices, right? Just make sure all these the stitches are consistent and as close to the top edge as possible. And you pull out the silk pin as you go along the line. I have made 4 blocks of cloths connected like these. I'm going to reconnect these blocks again to make a straight row of these 4 blocks, like so. So I believe you made a 1 centimeter margin on each piece of cloth here, and again you want to take another 1 centimeter margin on each side of the cloths and connect these blocks together. So we will have a nice straight line of cloths connected. And also, to make it more interesting, I made this type of variation and connected to a block, like this one and this one. So it's just to make things more interesting. So you can apply the same idea to a couple of sections of the centerpiece. Maybe 2 of these or 3. I don't know, it's really up to you, and you can choose different colors and just have fun with it. I connected all the 4 blocks of the cloths like this, all connected, making just one centerpiece, 4 centimeters in width in each cloth. And so 15 of these, so it should be 60 centimeters at the end. If you take the both sides, and the finished result should be 60 centimeters. And we need to cut the backing silk. The width is going to be 82 centimeters, and the length is going to be 32 centimeters. So at the end of everything, the runner should look something like this, folded on all 4 sides, and something like this. And this time it's going to be somewhat different from the Jogakbo that we made in the previous couple of videos. So please watch the video very carefully when I fold this side and make the corner. And it's going to be somewhat tricky. So, you ready? Okay. And the next thing we need to do is to take 1 centimeter margin on these 2 sides and fold it and press with an iron. These 2 sides, so all 4 sides. So 1 centimeter margin on 4 sides, and fold it and press it with an iron, and you will have a very neat centerpiece. Okay? Now we want to have the backing silk cut to the dimension of 82 centimeters width and 32 centimeters length. I'm using a thermal pen, which is going to disappear once I press it with iron, so don't worry about it. So 82 this way in width and 32 centimeters length, because we want to have 5 centimeter around the centerpiece after folding it, and with 1 centimeter margin. And if you fold it again, we want to have 5 centimeter margin to the centerpiece on all of the 4 sides. So 32 centimeters will give you that, and 82 centimeters will give you 5 centimeters of margin on both sides, and 5 centimeters margin on both sides after taking 1 centimeter margin. Okay? When you so you want to cut the backing silk to this dimension. You can do that, in 2 ways. You can either measure the backing silk with a 1 meter, very long ruler, and just measure it from here to 82 centimeters, and mark it with pencil. 82 centimeters width. So mark it over here and draw a line like so, and 32 centimeters with shorter ruler, and draw a line so that we can cut it very precisely. 82 centimeters right here, like so. And you can mark it on the other side. 82 centimeters here. And just draw a line with a very long ruler. Like this, and cut it along the line. I guess that would be the easiest way to do it. Or let's assume that you don't have these lines drawn on the silk, but let's assume that you just have just a plain white cloth like so, and what you want to do is to fold it like this, and fold it again like this, and press it with iron and make it really, really flat, and leave no space on the folded side. So you fold it exactly half and press it with an iron, and this way as well, and then pin down the cloth like this. And then take a ruler. Because we wanted to have the length in the total of 32 centimeters, because we folded it in half, so this side should give you 16 centimeters. So you measure 16 centimeters with a ruler. And mark it here. 16 centimeters. And mark it right here. And draw a line. And because we wanted to have the 82 centimeters from here to here, because we folded this piece of cloth in half, so the length of this side should give you 41 centimeters. So if you measure it from the edge, that's 41 centimeters to 0. And let's draw this line first. So the length from this line to the folded edge, this is 16 centimeters. So after we're done cutting, if you spread it, this will give you 32 centimeters of width. And this was 41 centimeters. So we draw a line like so. And you make sure you have the cloth very well folded without any space between, along the folded edge. So you want to cut it along the pen mark, like here. So when you unfold it, it will give you 82 centimeters width and 32 centimeters length. And that should give you the backing silk. What you do now is to take a midpoint of the centerpiece right here, and by now you're supposed to have 10 centimeter of width. So you can either fold the centerpiece by half like so, and I'm using the thermal pen, which is safe because the mark will be erased once you press it with an iron. So I'm using it to mark it right here. And the backing silk. So I want to fold it, fold this one as well to mark the midpoint. So right about here. And that will give me the midpoint of both cloth here. So what you want to do is to hold these two sheets together by silk pin with silk pins. See right here? You want to join them by the midpoint. You want to mark it with the silk pin. And later we are going to close up these two sheets using hemming stitch, kamchimje. Let's take a midpoint right here. And later, once we are done with the hemming stitch, we are going to fold this with 5 centimeter margin later on. And you want to pin down the other side as well by taking the midpoint here again, the same method. I'm just using the thermal pen to mark the midpoint right here. And the midpoint of the backing silk cloth too, by folding this in half and mark it with the thermal pen. And using the silk pins, you want to hold these two sheets together by the midpoint. Like so. Trying to find another silk pin. And I want to hold these two sheets together with the silk pin. All right, so I want to start stitching from here to here. So I will start from here. And you go on like this, just from here to here, just 10 centimeters. I'll take out the silk pin. And you keep stitching with a hemming stitch. This side and this side. I connected both these sides by the center. So you have this one connected like this and this. And now you want to, want to fold the sides like this on both sides. In order to do that, first you want to press and make a line in extension to this centerpiece, like so, with Hera, the presser, and 1 centimeter margin from this line. So out here as well, and you want to do the same here. So I'm gonna press along the centerpiece line here and 1 centimeter right here. And also you want to press the line once with a 1 centimeter margin from this edge. So right here. And just to illustrate what I'm trying to do is to cut this piece right here. So from here to here. I'm going to cut this rectangular shape because we could just fold the side like this, but later when we start hemming stitch, it may slip because of the difference of the thickness of this part right here and this part. And the corners would be too thick and it just doesn't look very nice. So what we will do is to cut this out using small scissors. Just this layer, not the, make sure you don't cut the backing silk. So you already folded the very edge of the backing silk by 1 centimeter, and we want to fold it like this along the centerpiece. Do not overlap it, just along the centerpiece, because we will do kamchimjil. So it's going to be something like this. And this. And we will do the kamchimjil hemming stitch from here and make a corner and onto this line like so. So the hemming stitch right here until the end. Okay? So let's unfold this so that you can see what it should look like. We cut a rectangular shape out of this corner and we're going to fold it. Make sure you leave a margin of 1 centimeter right here before you fold. And I will start hemming stitch from this corner. And I'm going to hide the knot well into the sheets so that it's invisible. And you continue on the hemming stitch like this. And onto you are just going to connect the centerpiece with the side on this line. So I finished closing up all the corners and the lines along the centerpiece. like so, and I pressed it with an iron, and I'm done with my mini runner. Sometimes people do another set of stitches called three stick top stitches along this line on both sides of the centerpiece and the other sides of the centerpiece. I mean, you can do that too, but it really depends on your preference. I chose not to do it because I like my Jogakbo to be as simple, and I just like it that way. But if you still want to hold these two sheets together more tightly, I guess you could make a small X mark on each four corners of your mini runner, so that these two sheets are closed very tightly. But pressing with an iron was good enough for this Jogakbo. So I hope you enjoyed making your mini runner as much as I did. You can put this on your table for decoration, or you can frame it and hang it on your wall. So until next time, enjoy.